that team. I grew up with that team, and Billy made the Yankees win again. I mean, the Yankees were bad for a long time. We were little kids. All we had was Bobby Mercer. All we had was Munson, and then all of a sudden Billy came, and we started to and Pepitone. That's another story. That's for another day.
Yeah,
but,
Jim Mason,
but when Billy
right?
came, he made them win. I mean, and we love that. And you tell Billy Martin Jr. I really feel that your father should be in the Hall of Fame. Really strongly. Great manager.
Yeah, I'm interested.
Obviously, and so does the boss. And you think about it, it is the Hall of Fame, right? Fame. There was not a more famous manager in baseball history than my father.
Right.
He was on Time magazine. He was on more magazine covers than any manager ever. He was on more television shows, movies, sitcoms. He was recently mentioned in Ocean 13, an American Gangster, just a month ago. I mean, they still talk about him. What other owner in baseball was on a commercial? I mean, these are the two most famous manager-owner relationships we'll ever see in the game, and all they did was win. So they belong in, but people are keeping them out because of the controversial stuff, because of the hirings and the firings and all that craziness, but that's just because George's passion to win matched my father's. And because he was such an amazing businessman, he always felt like he could push the right buttons at the right time to make everything happen. And, right or wrong, he won.
Right.
My father won. If my father would have taken that job in Cleveland, he probably would be in the Hall of Fame right now, because he probably would have stayed there for 6-8 years and done what a lot of Hall of Fame voters, I think, are knocking him for, because he didn't stay in one place for an elongated period of time. And you know what? He was a Yankee. That's all he wanted to be. He wasn't happy anywhere else. And he and George maybe will end up going in the Hall of Fame together like they belong.
Yeah, that would be something. Real quick, we're almost out of time, Billy, but as a father, what do you remember most about your father?
As a son.
As a son.
Well, I am both a father and a son.
And a holy.
And I'll tell you what I remember a relationship with a man that, you think about what the public perception of him was. He never raised his voice at me, ever. Now think about that. Most people assume he yelled at me like he did umpires. He never raised his voice at me, ever. He talked to me. He said things to me. I obviously listened to whatever he said and tried to do whatever he said, because I worshiped the ground he walked on. He was gone a lot, but the love was always there. And that's something I always knew and never doubted.
Billy, you're luckier than most, okay? Just understand that. You are luckier than most, because you know what? Your dad loved you. And a lot of dads don't take the time to really share the true love that they have for their kids. I know my real dad didn't. And that pains me a lot. And because my real dad didn't give me the love I needed, I reached out to your dad, and I reached out to the boss, and they gave me the love that in essence, I needed. So thank you for sharing your dad with me, my brother.
No, he had a lot of love in there. People don't realize that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's funny, because unless you walk a mile in his moccasins, unless you spent some real time with him, you guys touched on it earlier that he was every man. He went out of his way to make people's lives better. Whether that was the elevator operator or the person at the front desk or the parking lot attendant. My father went out of his way to make people feel better. And he used to always say to me, remember where you came from, Pard? And I would be a smart aleck and say, I didn't have it so bad, Dad. My father's a major league manager. He'd say, shut up, you little blankety blank. You know what I mean. Remember where I came from. And he never forgot that, and he never lost touch with who he was, because at the end of the day, he was just a normal guy.
Well, Billy, thank you very much, sir. Thank you for sharing that.
Thank you for sharing your dad, brother.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
And we'll talk soon. Let's hope that next week we can at least start with celebrating that the boss gets in, and then we wait for your dad's turn again. See you later, bro.
Well, they both belong. Thanks, fellas.
See you.
Thank you.
God bless.
Bye-bye.
Now, Steve, can I chime in with
Sure.
something nonsensical? Like I didn't want to take any time from Billy, but I'm not a big sports guy. I'm just a musician, but I learned a lot from listening to this chat and everything. But even I know, when it comes to George Steinbrenner, how famous he is, his accomplishments. Can't ignore he's the only manager who was a regular character on Seinfeld for years.
All right, there we go.
Hosting Saturday Night Live.
Right.
George Cosenza his start and was played by Larry David.
That's right.
Years, so
That's right. That is a
who
big
were all
thing.
Met fans, by the way.
That's okay. That shows you the magnitude of George Steinbrenner.
But as I was saying earlier, before
I love when musicians just jump in. It's
before,
great. Their feelings.
Because
It's
they're
great.
creative souls.
Yes,
baby.
we love it. We love it.
So George Bush 41 passed away. The New York baseball connection. His uncle, George Herbert Walker, who he was named after, was the minority owner of the Mets. Was Joan Payson's minority owner in the 60s and 70s.
Interesting.
That's what HW stands for.
Wow.
Yeah, interesting.
Wow. That's why we brought you in, Joe.
Well, getting back to Gil, I know that you have a big following watching the show tonight. Your son is watching. Hey, little guy. And he's actually a real smart ass, that kid. You know what I'm saying?
He's smart, very smart. And, I know.
He's
And
slick. He comes off like he's real, like sweet and all that kind of stuff.
And
But he's
tomorrow
got
there'll be
that-
100 memes of me making
Oh,
funny
he
comments. He
gonna-
does you, he does everybody, you know.
I'm telling you, you got to bring him to the comedy club that night.
Next time, right, John?
Yeah.
Good night, John. I love you.
Yeah, your dad loves you. Remember that. You got a great, great dad, and he knows how to buy a great lunch. Okay.
He knows what I want to be. I say, if I want to be a Willie Horton, you know where I know. I know where to
There
eat.
we
You
go.
know what I mean?
Well, Gil, you've been at the production of Bat Boy. Tell viewers out there what you
it's
thought
great.
about it.
I enjoyed it. I went to both productions. I went to one in Babylon and the one at Tiller Center.
Mm-hmm.
And I really enjoyed it because it brought me back in time. It was wonderful. I mean, Mickey Rivers was great. Ray's story is fantastic. The videos, I mean, I can't tell you how great it was. I mean, I enjoyed it because when I'm with Ray, I feel like I'm 15 years old again, and I love it because...
What? I'm older than you.
I love it because it comes back to my time. You know, we talk about Brooklyn, Williamsburg. I mean, we grew up 10 blocks away, but I didn't go by Ray's neighborhood. He didn't come
We
by
were
my
tough
neighborhood.
dudes over there.
Yeah, but there was a Mason-Dixon line called
Right.
Grand Street, and we didn't go on each side. So
Right.
one time Ray said, it would have been
We
nice
had the
if we
Puerto
were...
Ricans on this side, and then we had the Italians on this side.
And then we had the Polish on
And
one
then,
side.
yeah, then if you go this way, you got the Hasidic Jews over there, and they're ready to kick some heavy butt. Okay, believe it or not, they ain't these nice guys.
Not on Saturdays, though.
Well, Saturday
It's Hanukkah, so
we all took it easy on
Happy
Saturday.
Hanukkah, you guys out
But
there.
Bat Boy was wonderful, and the singing was tremendous. I
Yeah.
mean, the singing was out of this world, and enjoyed everything. Mickey Rivers was funny. I mean, the best part of the Argyle show was Mickey Rivers leaving the show in his uniform, goes right into the limousine on Main Street in Babylon. I mean, you get better than that. I mean, he just left his uniform. And we got managers today that don't want to wear the uniform. They wear yoga units. They wear yoga outfits, right?
Right.
You know, so, I mean, wear the uniform. Be a little proper with the
You
uniform.
didn't see me leave. I was waiting for the bus
No,
out
I
the
was
corner.
waiting for the bus, but wonderful. I really enjoyed it, and I look forward. I think you're doing it again in May, right?
Well,
December 15th and the 16th, right around the corner.
16th,
Yeah.
wow.
Well, we're
At
doing
the
it.
brokerage.
We're doing the brokerage house, and then we will be back at the Tiller Center May 22nd.
Yeah, Dwight Gooden, December 16th, is going to be there, so
Right.
you get your tickets, govs.com out there.
It's going to be great, and we're supporting.
Long Island Cares. It's a food pantry that, again, originated with Harry Chapin, who was a musician back in the 70s, Cats in the Cradle and Taxi. real quick story about Harry Chapin. He would do his concerts, free concerts, a lot from Long Island at Eisenhower Park. But he also asked his audience, his fans, to bring canned goods, and they would bring it, and they would bring it to the people that needed it in Long Island, in the tri-state area. One time, he was in a car accident going to a show in 1973, right around the same time. And
he said the same year I started with the Yankees.
Yeah.
Sad.
But fortunately, his family kept the legacy alive. So we've been working with Long Island Cares for years, and we're going to help out on December 16th. So if you come to the show, please bring canned goods for Long Island Cares in the name of Harry Chapin.
I like spam.
But Gil, you're in the insurance business. How's that going for you?
Well, I've been doing it for 30 years. I mean, I've been an agent in Babylon for over 20 years, and been fortunate to be with State Farm, a great company, and very fortunate to have very good supporting staff with my wife and my family, and I'm very fortunate. I had very good parents and in-laws. I mean, I'm very blessed. So, and I tell Ray that every day, that the reason why I'm successful is basically what the background I had. So I had a lot of good people who helped me through my life, and that's why I like to give back. And I went to Xavier High School, which is a Jesuit school, so I always like to give back, and we were taught that. And everyone, especially with the holiday season, Christmas, you should always try to give back to the people that don't have as much as you, because you'd be surprised. You don't have to go far to see that some people don't have as much.
Well, we appreciate how you've been supporting us, Gil. You and your friends. I mean, you've been our number one fan, and I've been very, very lucky at this stage in life to all of a sudden discover a lifelong friend, because I feel like I've known you since I'm a little boy. I wish I'd have known you while I was a little boy. We'd both be running around with black eyes and stuff right now, but it's all good.
He's Williamsburg, Bay Ridge, Xavier, Zavarian.
Oh boy!
He had Chris Mullen, but he had Chris Mullen.
We had Chris Mullen.
Too little.
I saw Chris Mullen play against Xavier at Powell Memorial, and they beat us by 50 points.
Wow.
50 points.
He said only the smart kids go to Xavier.
Oh boy!
So we didn't have too many good players. But Zavarian, you grew up in Bay Ridge?
Bay Ridge, yeah.
So Gil, real quick,
there's only two things that come out of Bay Ridge, you know.
Here we go.
Blue Bloods.
Okay.
No, here we go.
No.
I can't. I can only say steers.
Okay, there we go. Oh, now you're modifying.
Oh, now you're modifying.
It's almost over.
And I don't see no horns on your head.
Gil, how can people get a hold of you in your insurance company?
I'm in Babylon Village, right on Main Street, right across the street from Bunga Sports.
Nice.
Right. So I've been.
Do you wear? Anyway.
And the phone number and contact information?
631-669-2069 and. Website Gil@GilCosenza.com. That's State Farm.
And he's a Yankee fan.
Okay.
Yeah, before we get Rangers, Yankees, unfortunately the Jets, and I still love the Knicks too.
All right.
So.
Before we get to Schroeder's Ghost, I'm a football guy. Vikings are my team, but they've never won a Super Bowl. Who's going to the Super Bowl this year?
Who's going to the Super Bowl?
Yeah, who do you think?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
I thought you wanted to know about the Jets and Giants.
No.
They're not going to the Super Bowl.
Okay, right.
I'm going to go with right now, the Rams have a good chance, the Chiefs have a good chance, the Saints have a good chance, the Patriots always have a good chance.
Free for all.
So pretty much.
What about the Vikings? He's a Vikings fan.
Well, I'm waiting for the team. You named all of them except for the Vikings.
They're not going to the Super Bowl.
All right, Joe, that's enough. All right, Schroeder's Ghost. Let's go, guys. Here we go. Thanks. Junior and Schroeder's Ghost and Robinson Cano and Ray Negron and myself and all our viewers out there.
Robinson Cano.
Schroeder's Ghost is a local band here. And Pam, tell everybody how they can get a hold of you guys and where your next gig's at.
You can get a hold of us. You can work up on Facebook, Schroeder's Ghost, spelled, like Peanut Schroeder.
Okay.
We also have a website, schroedersghost.com. And our next gig is actually at the brand new warehouse, which is
in Amityville.
Sheehan's new club. He's the guy who owns KJ Farrell's, which is a great music venue. So the warehouse is brand new, and from what I understand, it's beautiful and a great sound system.
It's a great place.
Yeah, so we're really looking forward to being there, and that is actually on January 25th. We're on a little bit of a hiatus until then, until we get Bo worked in.
Well,
So
you guys
that'll
are
be
fabulous, though. You guys are fabulous.
Thank you. You got to see us the whole, with
you
everyone.
You got to come with me because when
Very
they come
different.
there, when they play
I didn't know they
Urgent,
were any good.
yeah,
Now
they're
I know.
awesome. I've been telling
Now
you,
I
they're
know.
great. They play Urgent,
Anybody, you
and
know,
Pam
he-
calls me out. She finds me, I'm on stage with them.
He's
All of a sudden,
introduced
I'm a
me
rock
to some
star.
real wackos.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying?
we know.
So I had to
We
find
know.
out. Yeah. You know?
And we're going to do a little Steely Dan, and keep in mind, Steely
are?
Dan's. Yeah, we're doing Peg.
Oh, okay.
Stevie-
Before we get into it, Joe, talk about your podcast.
Well, basically,
Pam
we
called
take
it.
the
She
show
called it
every
today.
single week.